Aquarius, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's get started and see what messages we have for you for the week ahead. All right, Aquarius. What are the major themes for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Ooh, never-ending story. Okay, that's funny to me only because... Oh, new life, never-ending story. Hang on, I'll tell you why it's funny in a second. And happy, happy. Okay, these are beautiful. Thank you for these cards. Okay, now I'm laughing because there has been a never-ending story on my channel as far as Aquarius and love goes. There's been this never-ending story that Aquarius is in love and needing to sort of move towards that or resolve it in some way, but feeling unsure, uncertain, not sure what to do. Now, looking at this reading, I see never-ending story, new life, and happy, happy. So, Aquarius, this makes me think that something is shifting for you. And I wonder if you've decided to go for it and that's what's creating this new life, or if you've decided to do something else and it's creating a new life away from this never-ending story. Very interesting. Let's jump into the tarot cards and see what guidance we have for Aquarius on this. Okay, Aquarius. Ooh, first card out, Two of Pentacles. Okay, so that's the Capricorn energy again coming out, but it's also a card of opposing forces, not really being sure which way to go, which option to choose. Where do we feel grounded? Where do we feel insecure? Where do we feel overwhelmed? Where do we feel capable? It's very interesting. So you have choices. There's choices. What are the obstacles here for Aquarius? We see the Strength card and the Ace of Swords. So the obstacles for you involve your own feelings of confidence and whatever limits in your mind you've created. Ace of Swords in reverse. So there may be some limitations that you perceive. There may be a difficult conversation that you're still sort of playing over and over in your head, and you're not sure how it would go. You're not necessarily feeling like it would be, you're not confident, but it almost feels like there is sort of something here on your mind that is causing an obstacle for you to choose what to do about this situation. And that confidence may be an obstacle as well. Here's the Queen of Swords coming out. Top of mind for you is sort of this energy of wanting to be certain. Or there may be someone in your life who is very certain. Someone who is sort of able to cut through things to show you the truth. That might be your energy, or it might be someone else's energy. This is a Libra card, so it kind of makes me wonder if there's a Libra in your life who's very certain and that sort of has given you advice maybe, or has sort of been within this experience with you and sort of cutting through things to see the truth. And it's interesting, you may need some of that energy this week to help you cut through things and see the truth. And when I'm saying cut through things, I'm sort of thinking about the red cord tying these two coins together, and that maybe you need to cut through that cord and pick a coin, knowing that we're always being guided, we're always on the right path, and the whole thing is about the journey, not the destination. So this is very interesting. This could be a time where you have this energy within you where you just sort of want to cut through some obstacles and sort of understand these opposing forces in a way where you can sort of pick one and go with it. And I think that's why this Ace of Swords is coming out as an obstacle in the reverse. I think you believe you can overcome any obstacle, but this seems to be challenging you in terms of your discernment, your ability to choose. It's not so much an obstacle in the sense of you don't know how to do something, or you don't know, it's not about that. It's not skill-based. It's decision-based. It's decision-based. This is choice-based. That is the obstacle here in this never-ending story. But I do see a happy outcome. So I feel like you're on the right path no matter what you decide. but you've got to believe that. Seven of Wands is coming out here as what's driving this. So I think what's driving this is that you've sort of seen that there's some competition. There's competition. There's other people going after what you want. And it's causing you to freak out a little bit. And I say that with all due respect, the freaking out, because that happens. If I want this crystal, right? If I want this beautiful sodalite crystal and someone else has their eye on it, and I can see that, I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a lineup of people behind me wanting this crystal. That might make me want the crystal even more than I did before, because now so many other people want it. It's sort of become more special in that way. It feels like it has more value because other people want it too. So I'm wondering, seeing the Seven of Wands as what's driving your reading kind of makes me wonder, what are your motives here? Do you really want that crystal, or do you just want it because there's about 10 people standing in line waiting for you to put it down so that they can grab it? Do you know what I mean? It's interesting. What are the past energies here for Aquarius? That in the past you've had to recover. You've recovered from something. So that tells me that you and this situation, I kind of feel like it's a person, a relationship that happened in the past, that there was a separation. So you're not with this person right now. You're in separation and you've kind of healed from it, kind of. I think they're still on your mind, but for the most part, you've been able to sort of put your mind to rest. But I think that they're still on your mind, again, because you're starting to either feel like there's competition, or maybe you're feeling like they're slipping away, that this person is moving on as well. And so you might be feeling driven to say, wait, don't move on. I don't want you to move on. We still need to talk. Ace of Swords, right? And maybe while you were recovering from the separation, maybe you had a change of heart, which is motivating you now to go back in, right? It's very interesting. What are the upcoming energies for Aquarius? High Priestess. Very interesting. So you are being divinely guided here. You are being divinely guided, and I think that the guidance will continue into the upcoming energies. There is something here that needs your attention. This is for sure. And there is something happening intuitively, or you're getting an instinct about something, or you're dreaming about it, or you see signs and synchronicities. You feel guided here. So, you know, I'm almost tempted to say, put your mind at rest, Aquarius, and go with your gut. Go for it. Whatever it is. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is someone says no. Someone says, I'm over it. At least you know in that case, right? That's the worst case scenario. I can't imagine, from what I've seen anyway, maybe if the risks are higher than just someone sort of saying, no, I've moved on, then I just don't know. Like what's going to happen if you approach this situation? New life is on the table, Aquarius. I can't help but think that you've got to bring this never-ending story to an end so that you can move into this new phase, whether or not it involves this person or not. Do you know what I mean? I can't help but feel like whoever the Aquarius people that watch my channel, this is about a relationship. And I feel like you instinctively are getting sort of this feeling that logically you keep trying to figure out, but it's not logical. It's not a logical thing. This is a choice that you have to make based on what you intuitively feel is right. Do you know what I mean? Let's see, what is the outcome here? Interesting, seeing Justice and the Queen of Rods coming out. Very interesting pair to see. I mean, seeing Justice in reverse says to me that there may be something that is not completely above board here. There may be something going on that you don't know about. You know, there may be a third party. There may be someone who is truly your competition, waiting to see what's going to happen. And it's almost like you don't think something about this dynamic is fair. Something about this doesn't seem fair to you. Perhaps it's because it's not out in the open. But it could also be that you're starting to sort of see that maybe you deserve something else. You know, maybe this Queen of Rods energy, it's no gender, but maybe the energy of this queen is within you to say, I'm charismatic, I'm confident, I'm passionate, and I go after what serves me with confidence, charisma, and passion. And so perhaps that's your energy. And perhaps this idea of seeing the Justice card in reverse says that you've decided that you want a new life that's happy. And you're willing to just cut ties with this old storyline, this never-ending story. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. We see the Six of Wands. I think you're going to be victorious either way. You're going to be recognized and acknowledged and victorious either way. And this could all be about you realizing that. This whole saga we've been seeing about Aquarius sort of moving towards someone. Look what's behind that is the Ten of Cups. This is about your emotional fulfillment and happiness and sort of feeling grounded in that. And if this doesn't bring you to this happy, happy Ten of Cups, happy, happy Oracle card, then you know what? It's okay to move past it. This is ultimately what I think you're looking for, is a happy, content, emotional commitment, Aquarius. And if that's not possible due to whatever reasons that don't seem fair in this Justice card, then so be it, right? Sometimes we just have to accept things. You often only have three choices: change it, leave it, or accept it, right? And if you know, or stay put, in which case you've accepted it. You know what I mean? But it's sort of this idea that if you can't control it because it's based on, there's other people involved, other people's will, other people's egos, other people's intentions, and you can't control that. So then if you can't change it, you either have to accept it as it is or move away from it. And I can't help but feel like that's sort of what this reading is guiding you towards, is this idea that, you know, one way or another, this is coming to a resolution, and one way or another, it's going to start a new life for you. And it's sort of just up to you to just pick the path that feels like you're already living a Ten of Cups moment. What makes you feel so happy, right? And content and recognized and nurtured, right? Unconditionally. I'm going to leave it at that, Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends.